do you guys love about Utica?
You want to go first?
Laugh.
Laugh.
Favorite thing about Utica?
I think there's so many things.
What do you love about Utica?
I love that a number of things.
What do you love about Utica?
Well, it's home to me.
It's always been home and always will be home.
I've been here 33 years, and I've went all over the country, and I've seen all kinds of things, but there's no place like home.
So you could get anywhere from Utica, New York, and that's one of the best things, you know, the seasons. I mean, I can't say enough good about it.
And I love the fact that it's a celebration city. I mean, nobody kind of really talks or touts that, but every single weekend there'll be a different celebration of a different ethnicity or food or running or the weather or a season.
The cool little Liberty Bell across the street and the mural behind it, that's fancy. But
I mean, that's one of the things I love about living in the city. Every house is different and you have your own style, that type of thing.
Because it's safe.
I love that on any night or any weekend or any, time during the day, there's so many choices of things to do, and I don't think people realize that. All you have to do is, open the newspaper and see what's going on every day.
I like it because there's always something to do. If you want to get involved, I mean, there's car clubs, camera clubs, beard organization.
Appreciation.
my daughter.
These homes were built back in the late 1800s, early 1900s and that. It's excellent. You don't see this anymore. But if you want to see it, you come here.
My name is Abby Grimshaw, and I'm the project coordinator and director for the Couch Utica.
Okay. So how long has the couch been an idea?
Well, it began as a communication design major at Pratt & Munson Williams Proctor. Began developing probably around the beginning of the spring semester, so late January, early February. Our communications design group decided that we wanted a project to get out into the community, and we weren't quite sure what that could have started as, but it became the Couch Utica. So we take our living room setup, we take all of our enthusiasm for what we love about Utica and go out into the community and just interview residents, anybody who lives here, business owners, people who have lived here their entire lives, people who have lived here 2 weeks, and ask them what they love about the city.
Being a lifelong resident is seeing so many of my peers whose parents and grandparents all the way back have grown up, lived, worked, and played right here in Utica.
This is such a giving community on many different fronts. Volunteer, not just money, volunteer time, ideas. There's just so much energy for that sort of thing.
Food. Food. Yeah, all the food. Collective tummy rub? Yeah. Collective tummy rub.
All the food. Saranac Thursdays.
Saranac Thursdays. Hell yes. Greens. Hello.
Yeah, food.
Hello. Food is always any question you ask us today is going to go back to food.
But I also like Utica Club, the beer. I used to work for the brewery. I like Half Moons. Let me see. I can't eat chicken riggies because I'm a vegetarian.
But if you were a meat eater,
but if I was a meat eater,
I
would chow down on some riggies. Yeah.
I'd like to quote City Judge Ralph Yannis, who once told me something very profound. He said to me, Utica is a city that's large enough to have a lot of cool things, a lot of resources, yet small enough where one person can make a difference.
I would say probably two things would be the quality of life, and they make really good beer here.
I like the fact that in this town there are amenities that you would have to go to a much bigger city to enjoy, such as the place we're sitting. Yeah. The Institute across the street, the art, the culture, the Performing Arts Center up at the Stanley, Players Theater on State Street, even the proximity to things like, Hamilton College, Utica College, the upper higher education opportunities.
I thought about this, and it was so hard to narrow it down to one thing.
I just like the diversity and how much passion everyone in the area has for what they want to do. Everyone really wants something more for Utica.
Character. It's got character that just astounds me some days.
Diversity, period.
I like
Proctor High School, and I played soccer, and on our soccer team we had 13 different languages spoken, so that just gives me a little example of how diverse it can be. And
my favorite thing is that everyone knows everyone.
The people is what really makes it.
I had opportunities in New York City. I worked in Rochester for a couple of years, and I choose to be here primarily because of the people and the relationships.
People first coming up here, do you feel like it would be harder for them to see the beauty of Utica that you see?
No, it's real obvious. Real obvious.
My name is Gino Gerantino, and I'm the multimedia specialist for the Couch Utica.
So what does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean?
What's a multimedia specialist?
A multimedia specialist, in this case, is me. What I do is I set up cameras, I record interviews, I change tapes, I set settings, I, in some cases, compensate for light. When there is very little light, I will adjust, things around to make the shots better. I also carry the couch. I also plan some of the couch work, and I edit. I do a lot of editing.
Well, now I'm a judge in the city court. I used to be the Oneida County executive, and before that I spent time in private law practice here, and I was also the state assemblyman for this area for 6 years. That was a while ago.
Busy.
Still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
You're never grown up, so
There
you
you
still
go.
have time.
Good.
What do you love about Utica and the community here?
And this is going to sound corny, and I really kind of thought about it because I was thinking about coming here.
Mm-hmm.
It's bright enough that you can enjoy the sky, and it's open enough that you can enjoy the sky, but you can also plant roots. I love the setting that we're in, the mountains and the scenery, and I never tire of just looking at the hills and all that sort of thing. It's a beautiful setting.
I'm with
Evan Parker.
and Maggie Parker. And do you guys live in Utica?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Utica?
The indie garage sale. There's a lot. There's definitely a lot of things, It's going on right now, the garage sale, parades, a lot of stuff, yeah.
How do you think Utica is for you kids?
I think it's good. I think there's a lot of things for kids to do, and there's a lot of things for adults to do too. So it definitely splits it up.
A mixture.
Just like the diversity and like how much passion everyone in the area has for what they want to do. Like everyone really wants something more for Utica because it used to be like a thriving place, and unfortunately, like because of other things and what's going on, like unappreciation or just flat out like disregard for what's going on, people just don't appreciate it.
So, how did you come up with the idea for the couch?
Myself as a student at Munson Williams, I went out into the community and did a lot of volunteer work. I worked at the YWCA with some of the domestic violence events, and I also worked at the Refugee Center and volunteered my time there. And I started talking to people, and I started to really learn more about the community of things that I might not have known unless I went out and had those conversations and opened myself up to learn from other people. So we went around that concept, and what better place than a couch, a living room where you're comfortable, that everyone has one in their home, to do those conversations. It doesn't have any political affiliation. It doesn't have any certain image that it goes with. It's a couch, it's comfortable, and you can talk to anybody on it.
So what do you love about Utica?
I like Utica because it's where my family and friends live.
We love everything like the freedom and the education, and especially freedom for the women. I love so much.
All the other great things about Utica are even better because the standard of living can be higher because the cost of living is lower.
I love that it seems like a city with not much to offer, but it always surprises you with new opportunities.
It's a good city for my children and my family.
if you do good things for the area, if you think good things and then you follow them up by doing them, the area will give back to you.
Wonderful diversity of people, diversity of industry, diversity of cultures, where people just are really good to each other.
The lights aren't out at all. You're just turning the lights on here.
What I love all of this. All this that's happening right now. I love the culture, I love different countries, different languages. People in Utica are very hospitality they have here.
What I love most about Utica is that I can live in a small city and have the small city amenities, and I can get anywhere.
What else we love? We love everything about Utica. I'm not moving from here, 17 years now.
I just do not like when people talk against it because there's just so many wonderful things here. A lot of things to do. All you have to do is look for it.
Everything is good for Utica, and I love everything about Utica.
My name is Paul Buckley. I work for the City of Utica. I am a project development coordinator. Basically what I do is I produce a television show for the mayor. It's a weekly program called City Limits, and it's all about what goes on in and around the city of Utica. Now the premise, the genesis of this show was to create positive thinking and positive thought in the city amongst the community, because Utica is famous, is infamous for its negativity. So I created this show. The show's been on the air for about 8 years. It airs on the Fox and the UPN channel. It's a half-hour show. It has different segments about what's going on inside Utica, either arts and education, political stuff, all kinds of things, what's going on construction-wise, that kind of stuff, things that are betterment for the community. It's all positive stuff. So one day I read in the Sunday paper, the Observer-Dispatch, about this project called The Couch, and I noticed that one of the girls that was working with this, with one of the girls from New Hartford, so I looked up in the phone book, I found her name, got her father on it, and it was kind of like a weird phone call because he didn't know what to make of me, and I explained who I am, what I was after. Finally, I got hooked up with Abby Grimshaw, the creator of The Couch. We met, fell in love with The Couch and Abby. She's a lovely girl, and she had the essence of what I've been trying to do, what I've been trying to produce with this show. I've been at this for 8 years. She had the essence combined into one little couch.
Well, I think that it's been a very long process, and it's something that we've hatched away at the community a little bit at a time. On April 9th, we started by screen printing 1,700 thank you cards that we placed within the community at 4 o'clock in the morning that just said thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for living here. Thank you for having your businesses here. And the response back from that was overwhelming, because that's not something that you get every day. You don't ever get thanked because you bought a home in the community. But every single person has something to offer and to give back, so that everyone should be thanked, and I don't think there is enough appreciation. So that was our first step on April 9th. On April 16th, we did our first original couch shoot. From that, we did different interviews at the train station, at the Indie garage sale, and we did it at Munson Williams. And from there, we collected about 80 interviews total that were put up online, and we learned what they loved about Utica.
Abby on the couch with the Boilermaker, and we were with quite a few friends.
Okay, this is Team Dunn.
Okay.
And
who do we have on Team Dunn?
Well, I'm Ron. I'm Peter. Okay. And we have several of our kids here with us, and some of our nephews and nieces here with us. Does anybody want to say their name like 1, 2, 3 on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Liz, Mary Breach, and Annie.
Okay.
Well, welcome everyone to the couch. And so what do you guys do in the community? Do you live in Utica? Where are you from?
Well, we were born here, and 1,000,000 years ago. And as a matter of fact, our true story is that we've been part of the Boilermaker from the very first race. So I held the finish line tape for the very first race, and he ran in the very first race. And between us, we've run more than 50 Boilermakers.
So the Boilermaker has grown quite a bit since the first race.
Yes.
By quite a few thousand.
Right, right.
And I think it helps when you bring your entire team with you to add to all of
That's
those
right.
numbers.
In fact, I don't think there probably wasn't 50 women in the first Boilermaker.
Wow. Well, I think you take about half of that.
That's right. So we're taking care of that. So this is what we love about Utica, coming back to Utica to run in the Boilermaker every year and see all of our good friends and our coaches from when we were kids. We love to get tattooed. Show you my tattoo.
Ooh, and where
we
is
love
your
to get tattooed
from?
up.
What does that represent?
The tattoo comes from the tent over there. We get tattooed up every year. The Boilermaker tattoo. We get a new one each year. We love that. We run in it. We did the. We have the current reigning champion in the jump rope contest.
Very nice.
Right? We had and also ran in the push-up contest. I was first place for a while, but they torched me early. So we're having a blast here, and we're hoping to finish tomorrow. We know we're going to start tomorrow. We're hoping to finish. So.
Wow, thank you very much. And you answered the question why you love Utica, and you're a great representation of why people should come out to great events like the Boilermaker.
There you go.
So as being part of the couch, we do have one gift for you. Here's a thank you card for being part of the community of Utica.
Great.
We appreciate you coming back every year.
Okay, this is going up on the Grandma and Grandpa's refrigerator. Right? So we all get to see it whenever we come.
Well, thank you.
So I'm guessing you guys have trained pretty hard.
No.
Oh.
I don't do any training at all.
I do none except for cross country and a couple runs here and there.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't do anything. I just get out there and start running.
Is that safe?
No.
Oh boy.
I injure my ankle every year.
I used to do a lot more runs, but now I don't know why. I just stopped for a bit.
Mom stopped bringing us.
Well, I hope that you guys can make it through and just have a good time tomorrow and everything like that. But the reason we're here, the reason we do the couch, is we ask one big question.
What's that?
What is it that you guys love about Utica?
Everything is in one spot when I need it to be.
I like the Boilermaker here and Dunkin' Donuts and all that stuff.
I think the Couch Utica is a great project that every city should have something like this, especially for a city that, you know, has a mindset that there might not necessarily be that much to do. Utica, the longer I live here, the more time I spend here, I find there's a lot of things going on here. Sometimes you have to search a little bit more to find them, but there's a lot going on, and it really is a gem in upstate New York. And I think I got off track there. But.
Well, as a lifelong resident of Utica, I mean, does it feel good to hear the positive things about your community as opposed to the negative things that are said every day?
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually, a couple years ago, I was one of the naysayers, and I didn't believe there was anything here for me. I still want to branch out and see what other cities have to offer, but right now I'm content here. I've just from seeing the hundreds of interviews of the couch online and seeing the positive reactions, it's shown me that there's plenty of people here that love this city and want to get involved with things like this and other events. So.
This is a great community. Lots of people want to move out of here, start their business elsewhere. They always come back. There's, like Terrence said, there's a melting pot. There's a huge refugee center here. There's about 42 different spoken languages. There's so much beauty and art and talent and just a lot of stuff people don't know about or refuse to look at in this community.
Okay, how I got involved with the couch is kind of crazy. In mid-April, I was involved with WRVO in Oswego, New York, and my boss, Dave Bullard, his friend's daughter was doing this project, this goofy little thing about the couch, and you know, Dave's friend thought it would be kind of a cool story. So Dave assigned it to me. So we ended up at 14 Cottage Place, her and I and my recording equipment and some people she knew that were also working on the project. And we had this conversation, and it lasted a good half hour, and she invited me to cover the story at the Indie Garage sale, the train station, and MWP.
Have you ever been to Utica before this summer?
Not once. Heard of it, but never been.
So what are some of the things that have stuck out to you about Utica?
Well, I'm really familiar with, like, I guess, upstate New York post-industrial cities. My mom's from kind of an area like this one, so it's very familiar. And, you know, the things you notice is empty buildings downtown, but very beautiful old architecture. And, you know, this actually, Utica is very unique in that it has such a diverse population and so many things going for it.
I guess what I love about Utica and the time that I've spent here is really how much everyone here loves the community that they're in and really is passionate about Utica as a city. I didn't know a lot about the history of Utica, and everyone that I've met has talked to me about something. One of my friends actually worked for the Historical Society, and so I learned a lot about it through that. And both of my bosses at both the organizations I work for are really just passionate about helping this community and helping the people in it and how great of a city it is, and it's helped me really see all the great things about Utica.
Yeah, what was the response?
Well, I mean, it's something that you can walk down the street and you can have people tell you 10 things that they hate about Utica. There's no hiding that people have a lot of discontent with things that are going on in the city. But it was nice to hear and nice to see the wheels turning in people's head when they had to think about what they loved about the city. And once they realized and appreciated the things that are around them, it was almost a self-transformation that happened, and it was an amazing thing to be part of.
What do you love about Utica?
What's there not to love about Utica? I'll twist it around on you.
We've got a great community. Nobody can duplicate what we do here because we've got great volunteers, generous people who dig into their pockets, and even if they're empty, they'll refine something. They'll dig behind the couch for a quarter.
What do you guys love about Utica? The men!
What do I love about Utica? I love the food. I love the people. I love the climate. I love Saranac Thursday night.
I never knew growing up in the area all the great things that were made here, from things like an energy efficient furnace at ECR to jewelry boxes at Mealy, which is just right across from the road from the Sonic Expo where we're here now. There are so many different things made here, and to be able to be in a place that has such a rich tradition of manufacturing really makes me proud to call this area my home.
I love the people.
The people.
I think it's the people.
The people.
What do you love about Utica?
I have to say Utica has fabulous people. They're so generous and kind and supportive of causes like the Heart Run and the Ride for Innocent Children, so there's just a really generous spirit here in Utica.
One, the overwhelming support of the military here in Utica. It's very warm to feel about all the residents here of Utica, of how they support our troops abroad. So that's one thing, and my family.
What we love about Utica, coming back to Utica to run in the Boilermaker every year.
What I love about Utica is how generous and how giving people are. They give their heart to our community.
With Utica is every season there's something new to do.
It's just a happy community.
We really like the zoo and all the fun activities.
Well, I like that they're cleaning up the city now. The Cornhill was pretty bad for a while, and now they're like either condemning the houses or fixing them up, and they're making it a safer place.
I love the outdoors opportunities you have here.
You can really experience the different cultural aspects and the heritage of the people that live in this community. And
thanks for having me. Here's the U-Town. Woo!
I do love Utica. I love everything about Utica. It's a great place to live. It's affordable. The schools are good. The people are nice. The people are great people here. And you know, I lived all around, up and down the East Coast, West Coast. Came back here to see Mom and Dad. Fell in love with my wife. Raised a family. Great place to raise a family. It's laid back. I love it. It's just so laid back. And everything you want is right here.
Well, obviously to run such a project, there can't be any lack of love and passion that I have for this city. And I love love everything. I mean, with every interview that I do, I learn one more thing that I love about Utica. And so I don't think there is any definitive answer for me, because I'm growing with passion, I'm growing with inspiration, and I love Utica itself and everything that it has to offer. And you know, you can't limit that to one answer. Because
what I really learned about Utica is that people are really interesting, and they're great to talk to, and they're nice people. A lot of them come from different varied backgrounds, but that kind of makes all of us the same. It's just, I'm really glad that we have people here who understand that it takes more than just one or two people to actually start a revolution, that it takes tens of thousands of people working together to finally make something better. Utica is going to be a better place as long as the couch is still here.
UBC?
UBL.
UBL.
Oh, wait.
Hey, Utica Battle League! We're here at the couch and we're challenging you to a rap rhyming battle. Sitting on the couch, it's a big fat sofa. Community and love, just like on an Oprah. Interviewing interesting people we meet as we pushing these cushions down Genesee Street. Interview a guest, maybe two, that's plural. My lights are bright like the Utica mural. Come sit down and tell me what it's about, and come sit down on our big fat couch.